Now we are going to be using the Love of Leaves bundle. This is, as I mentioned before, my Create Where You Are kit for September. So again, you're going to get the supplies to create 8 cards for each of 2 designs. And in your kit, you will get a half a pack of the Plaid Tidings Designer Series paper, quarter pack of the metallic cardstock, a pack of holiday rhinestones, 2 yards of bumblebee ribbon, the folders that I talked about in the last card, and I think I said everything, and the envelopes to match. So, okay, so we are going to start out. We're going to use a crumb cake card base. We have a piece of the, this is the bronze metallic cardstock. We have a layer for the inside, and then we have about a 3 by 5 1/4 inch piece of white. Okay, so the Love of Leaves stamp set, obviously the die set. These large pieces of the dies add the stitched detail to the leaves if you want, or you can just cut the leaf out after you stamp it. So they all have these, like this one here, I have them attached together so that when I cut out a leaf, I can cut it out and have the design on it. But these, I'm doing something different with them for this card, so I did unhook those. And then this piece here is just a lot of stitching that actually is pretty cool. Charlene says she likes the Queen Anne's lace stamp set. I do too, Charlene, and honestly, I have to admit this, you guys, I hadn't even looked at it until Stampin' Up! Said that it was going to be in the starter kits for the month of September. And I thought, you know what? I really like that, and I like the other one too, so I got them. I'm a sucker. Okay, crumb cake card base. Inside layer we don't need right now. The white layer we do need right now. So let me get a scratch paper here. Need the rest of my stamps. I need my ink colors, which are crumb cake and pool party and rococo rose and old olive. And then my sentiment I'm going to stamp in soft suede, but we don't really need that right now. So I am going to put my stamps in front of the colors that I'm going to stamp them in, so I don't mess that up. Okay, here's a foam pad, because we need a foam pad to do this. I'm going to push those up just a tad. Uh-oh. All right. So I did say this was like 3 by 5 1/4. So we are going to start out with the large leaf here in Pool Party. So I'm just inking that up, and I'm just going to kind of stamp that right up here at the top. Then I'm going to ink it up again, and I'm going to bring it down here, about like so. And then I have this next style of leaf. I'm going to ink it up in the Rococo Rose. We're going to stamp one right down here. And then I'm going to stamp one up in here. There we go. This leaf here, we're going to stamp in Pear Pizzazz. So I'm going to have it kind of come in like so. And you might notice that these leaves look like they're not stamping all the way. They're supposed to do that. That's how it's designed. It's kind of one of those distinctive type stamps. And actually, I need to put one up there, but I'm going to add this one first. And so they actually give a little bit of, or they don't completely stamp all the way. It's designed into the image itself. So it's not a defect or anything. It's supposed to be like that. And it's actually, I really like it. We have a lot of distinctive stamps in our catalog, and they're really cool. All right, and we'll stamp this down here. And then again, like I said, my green one, we're going to go up here. Okay. So we are done. Ooh, almost. Hold on. I do want to stamp the inside of the card. I do want to give it a little bit of interest in here. So we're going to add a Rococo Rose. And maybe some Pool Party. And then maybe we'll throw in a... no, not doing that. That's not going to look right. We're going to maybe throw in the Pear Pizzazz leaf up here. Okay. That looks good. Now, before I get out of here, I'm going to clean these off so that I don't end up touching them and getting ink on my hands, because clearly I have a problem. Okay, we're going to put those away, and we're going to put the ink away. And then we're going to do something really cool to these leaves with our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. using the brand new magnetic cutting plate. So prepare yourselves to be amazed with our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine again. Okay, so here it is again. But this time we're going to use the magnetic plate. And I got to remember where I put it. Oh, it's over here. Found it. Okay, so this is the magnetic plate, okay? And unlike the magnetic platform that you may have purchased for your Big Shot machine, which was a thick platform, that platform had little circle magnets in it, like this. There was just little circle magnets inside that platform. And so you may have noticed when you put a die on that platform, I'm trying to find my leaf dice here. What do I do with them? Look at there. So if you would put a small die, it would move it around. It would pull it to the closest magnet. Okay. So while it was a good idea in theory, it didn't actually work out to be so great because it was very frustrating. So Stampin' Up! Designed their machine with an entire magnet sheet. This is an entire sheet of magnet, and then it's covered with a self-healing mat. Okay. So this is very, very cool. I got it yesterday and I am super excited about it. It's marked number 5. So, whoops. And number 5, it comes with directions and it tells you that number 5 replaces one of the number 3 cutting pads. Okay. So to do what we're going to do, we're using our number 1. Whoops, I better bring them in. We're using number 1, number 2. Then we're going to put number 5 on as a replacement for a number 3. Then we're going to put our cardstock on here and we're going to add, we're going to put these little leaf pieces on here. And you see, it stays where I put it. It doesn't get pulled in any other direction. It just stays there. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the stitching to these stamped images. And it's going to look really, really cool. Okay. We're going to get that one. Ah, it's stuck on my finger. We're going to put that one on there. This one I'm going to scoot over just a tad. Okay. Then we're going to cover it with a number 3 cutting plate. Here it is. And we're going to run it through. Okay. Wow, look at that. The dies don't fall off or anything. And then look what they do. Look at that cool stitching. Isn't that fun? I'm super excited about these dies and all the stuff that they can do. So then we are going to run this through again. So we're going to put our dies back on here. Okay, that one there, and we're going to run that through again. Put our number 3 on the top, and oops, I got to get it to engage. Okay, and I'm only going to go through that far, and then I'm going to go back because I don't want to smash the embossing that I've already done on these other leaves. Okay, now I'm not going to do the ones on the end. I don't really think it's super necessary. So, but look at that. Look how cool that is with those stitching lines. I am totally in love. And I am totally in love with this little magnetic cutting plate. Now, one last thing about the self-healing mat. You definitely want to give your dies, rotate them around. You don't want to always cut everything in the middle, because if you cut everything in the middle, eventually you're going to wear out this self-healing mat in the middle and you'll need to replace it because it won't work anymore. Okay. So just remember to move your dies around, move your paper around. Since the thing cuts literally anywhere on this platform, like I showed you in the very beginning with that very intricate die, you can cut anywhere on this plate and it will work. Okay. So there's a tip for you, because as I've said before, Barb is just full of tips. Okay. So we have that. We have our card base. We have our card middle. Ooh, we have this piece of the bronze metallic cardstock. I'm going to cut this in half. It's 1 inch by like 5.5, and I want it to be 2 half-inch pieces because I'm kind of cheap. And so I want there to be bronze metallic paper outside of my white, but I don't want to use an entire sheet because, you know, it's a little more expensive than just standard cardstock. And so I kind of want to conserve it if I can. So that's what we're doing. We're going to do a little conserving, and I'm trying to get my liquid glue here because I'm just going to add a tiny bit of liquid glue right on the edge. And then I'm going to add this strip here to the edge. And I'm going to leave, I'm going to guess, it's going to be about 1/8 of an inch-ish. There we go. And then I will add a little, oh, that popped right off. Hang on. That's a redo. Flip it over. And start again. I didn't press very hard because I thought it would stay. Apparently it won't. So we're going to try that again. And then we're going to bring it around and get this piece on. So this is a way to conserve your metallic cardstock or your foil sheets, whatever. I'm just really liking this metallic cardstock. I think it's really cool. Oh, you guys are liking my color combination. Thank you. I thought it was kind of fun. I was just kind of messing around, seeing what I like. And those came out really well. So we're going to put this on a crumb cake card base. Yep, that should work. And now I can go ahead and use some seal. Oops, I got to get it rolling again. I screwed it up last time I used it. Here we go. Oh yeah, I am struggling with this thing today. I don't know what the heck. Normally I don't. Okay, so we're going to add this to the front. We're going to leave about 1/4 of an inch at the top, 1/4 of an inch of the crumb cake cardstock showing. And you can cheat and use your grid paper if you want to find your 1/4 inch. Okay, I'm going to do that. Press it down really well. Do I need to trim off any of the edge? Tiny bit. It's always better to have your cardstock be too long than not long enough. Okay, so we're not quite done. We do need to add a sentiment. So here's my sentiment. It actually comes from the stamp set. And it says, your friendship is something I know I can count on. And so we got to get a scrap of white here somewhere because I forgot it. Oh, good thing I have my paper right next to where I film. Okay. You know what, guys? I'm feeling a hot flash coming on. So, pardon me while I take my jacket off. Jeez. Whew. She's a hot one. Okay. Then, I would take this, well, I don't have my die with me because it's over where I do my die cutting, but I was going to cut it out with one of these fun little dies from the Hippo and Friends die set. There is a ton of super cute labels in that set. If you don't have it, definitely look at it. You don't necessarily have to buy the stamps if you don't like those cutesy little hippos, unicorns, and stuff. But the dies have some really, really fun labels in them, and that's really the only reason I got them. But I went ahead and got the stamp set too, just because I thought, nah, well, what the heck. Oh my, look what I did. Remember when I stamped the inside of my card? Look how that's going to work. Is that going to work? Is that going to be stupid? Because I actually stamped it so I was thinking that my card would be positioned like this, but it's going to be positioned like this. And so I'm wondering, looking at it now, is that going to look dumb? Do I need to redo it? I think I'm going to. Because that's going to bug me. All right, where's my stamps? And the green one. All right, here we go. That's a redo. As you guys know, when you watch me, that's just how I roll. Kind of do some ditzy things sometimes. That was definitely one of my ditzier things that I've done. Okay, now I need my scratch paper back. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to put that over there. Do I have ink on my hands? I mean, I have lots of stains, but I can't tell if I actually have ink. Okay, so this we're going to do again. Ooh, you know what I'm going to do this time? I'm going to stamp this kind of like right here. And then I'm going to come kind of around it a little bit. Better than I was able to the last time because I stamped this too close. So I'm going to bring that. I just want that. Can I get it? Kind of. And then I'm going to bring this up at the top. Just a tiny bit in the corner. And a tiny bit with this one. Do that again, see if we can get it to work. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, I'm not going to clean those off. I'm just going to shove them clear out of the way because we ain't got time for that. That's a joke, and that was some terrible English. All right, so now we can stick it to the inside of the card, and it will actually be oriented the right way. my seal is not wanting to come off. I wonder if I have glue stuck on it. So again, I'm going to do my little cheater way and only line up the 3 sides with my inside layer here. Is that what I wanted to do? Yes. Okay. Get that, and there we go. Yay! So then we're going to add our little sentiment to the front, and I went ahead and die cut a leaf out of Rococo Rose and then a leaf out of that bronze metallic cardstock. And so we're going to add these to the front. I need some dimensionals. Where are they? Here we go. So I'm going to add my little sentiment piece. And we're going to put it here. And then these little guys, I'm just going to kind of have them kind of come out slightly. So that one, we will kind of tuck under just a bit. Oh, good Lord, I'm shedding like a dog. Get out of their hair. And whoops, I don't want to quite like that. Like that. And this little guy, we're going to add kind of like right here. There, it's done. Isn't it cute? I'm loving that. And again, you guys, look at that detail that after we stamped it, we were able to add that fun detail. So super fun. Okay, let me, do I want to add any bling? Oh, I was going to add some of these gilded gems. I got a whole bunch here. I actually had, I made some cards and then I realized that they were not so great. And so I took all the gilded gems off of them. And here we have a bag full of gilded gems. So we'll see if we can get them out of the bag and on the card. I don't know. No promises. We'll see what happens. So here's one. That one doesn't have any glue on it, so we'll add a tiny bit of liquid glue. And wherever I drop it, it's going to have to stay because I don't want it to move around with the glue. And how about this one? I can get it out of the bag. This was maybe one of those things I shouldn't have done. Maybe I should have just said, you know, cut my losses and tossed them in the trash, but I didn't. So there you go. Oh, it's stuck. Oh, I think I got it. How about that? So there it is. I cracked myself up. Here are some other color combinations that I pulled out today before I actually figured out this one here. So this one I've got Calypso Coral, Poppy Parade, Old Olive, and Crumb Cake. That was one that I also made. And then this one here is Pacific Point, Mango Melody, Bermuda Bay, and Coastal Cabana. And it wasn't that I didn't like either one of these. They just weren't, it just wasn't speaking to me like this did. This really spoke to me today. So that is why we went with that. So there you go. Okay. Those are the projects. Let me get them back in here. Now I am going to upload this video to YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel down here in the corner. And if you're on Facebook, like my page, please. It helps me out so much and allows me to keep bringing you guys this free content. All right, so let me bring in the ones that we did. We had that one, and then we have this. My host code for the month is right here. You can shop at my store right here. And I'll see you guys next week. So thanks so much. Remember to check out all my goodies in the description box below this video. Purchase things if you want. I would greatly appreciate it. And have a great day. I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.